So, we're on to the main event. Now, if you've been watching, I'm not sure which videos are going to come out first, but if you've been watching the previous one, you probably know where we're going to go with Hill. So I feel like he's only got one option. But we will reiterate it anyway, just for people's benefits in case they jump on this video and they didn't watch the one we made about Yuri and Rakic. So yeah, Pereira's stock continues to rise to the moon. Starches Hill in 3 minutes flat, and the lovely. He is funny, isn't he? I mean, the guy is not.
He is, man.
There's something there. He's clearly got some cheek to him. Like, I mean, he just is. It is what it is. This stoic thing is not real. There's not. He's just not. That to me was just yeah. So yeah, he beat. And the thing is that impressed me about this fight is not only did he beat Hill, but he did it where Hill operates best. Starched him. Didn't need leg kicks. Didn't need to. He fucking beat him. You know, fisticuffs, knocked him out.
Yeah, it was.
And you know, it could have been stopped.
Insanely embarrassing. Gosh,
it was embarrassing. It was fully embarrassing. Hill got destroyed. But I do think this was a fairly tricky one for me. Where are you going to go with this? I mean, Hill, we've discussed it, but we can briefly go over it again. Yeah. What would you do most importantly with Pereira?
This one is tough. For Jamal, for anybody who didn't see it, for Jamal Hill, we thought that the Yuri Prochazka fight is clearly the one to make. The marketing is already done. They've already got the poster. Like, it's done deal. Easy to put together, no problem. For Alex is trickier because, in a sense, you kind of want to give him what he wants, man. Like, the dude carried the weight of being the last person out on this event. He's clearly a star. He's a star.
Oh, yeah.
And he's, you know, he beat up the number one contender in 3 minutes. I mean, the only obvious fight in the division for him, to me, is Magomed Ankalaev. And that's really just if Alex wants to do that. If he wants to do that, then let the man do it. But if he doesn't want to do that, he also mentioned going up to heavyweight. And if you're going to go up to heavyweight, you got to make it worth it. And I've been super against this fight for the longest, but it's almost like, well, I mean, why not? I mean, why not? You might as well, if he wants to fight at heavyweight, at least make it worth it and let that man fight Tom Aspinall. If that's what he wants to do. I don't think he's going to win that fight at all. I do not think at all that he's going to win that fight. But if that's what he wants to do with his life, go up there and do it. Because he can knock him out. He can. He can knock out anything moving. And if Tom chooses to play that game and gets chinned, I mean, that's not the smart thing to do. But I think the more logical matchup to make is let him fight Magomed Ankalaev. You know, I think the Brazil card, if they're both ready to do it, I honestly think that the one that would say no is not Pereira, it would be Ankalaev. Yeah,
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you know what? The weird thing is, so I'm with you. Like, conventionally, what he could obviously do, the Ankalaev one seems to be, it's already been spoken about. And if Ankalaev, if he does the turnaround very quickly with Ankalaev, he's beaten everyone in the top 5. And he's cleaned out the division already in terms of relevant contenders. And the thing I love about Alex Periera is not just the fact that of what he's doing. He's active.
Yeah.
He's been in the UFC for 1.5 years, there or thereabouts. I think it might be 2. He's fought 5 times.
Yeah.
He fights an average of every 3 months. And my issue with him fighting Ankalaev is exactly what I said before. I don't think that bitch deserves it. And again, it's because of not only is he whiny, the whinging he did after the Blachowicz fight, which by the way, he's like, talking about how he should have won, give me my title. You did not win that fight. And the thing is that even if you think he did, there's a very strong debate that Blachowicz won that fight. Shaming the man into saying he deserves the belt and I don't, kind of thing. And Blachowicz is such a lovely dude. He was like, he was whining to the point where Blachowicz was just like, give him the belt. I've never seen anything like it. It was that, and even, Joe Rogan turning, I hated the whole thing. I hated the entire situation. And again, the fact that he arguably lost that fight and then he goes and gets he should have got disqualified against Johnny Walker in the first one and didn't.
Yeah.
So that should have set him back. And then he gets a rematch with the same dude. I don't care that you beat Johnny Walker. You don't get a title fight off that.
No, that's weird.
No. And again, if you look at his fight record, he's beat Thiago Santos. He was washed. Well done. His wins are not that great. I'm just going to be honest. I don't think he deserves it. So again, I'm going to apply the same logic as I did with Alex Periera to Zhang Weili. And I'm going to say the exact same thing that you've said. I would call out Tom Aspinall immediately. Now, the thing is, we know sooner or later, Tom Aspinall is going to be the legit heavyweight champion. It's a matter of time.
Yeah.
He's either going to get the John Jones fight, which I think is unlikely, or John Jones retires and Aspinall gets promoted. He gets the old social promotion. Imagine what Alex Periera would be to this sport if he went up, took that fight, and won. He would be the first ever 3-weight world champion. Ever. Yeah. Now, personally, I think that Tom Aspinall would destroy him. I really do. I think, I know we keep doubting Alex Periera, and both of us do it all the time. We keep doubting him, despite what he does. Again, it's a legacy fight. Alex Periera is older. He's not going to be seen as the greatest light heavyweight of all time, because that's going to be John Jones regardless of what happens. Alex Pereira would have to fight 10. He'd have to defend 10 more times to even be considered in the same breath as John Jones in terms of being the greatest light heavyweight ever. He's not going to be the best heavyweight ever because he's not going back there and he only won one fight, not even in the conversation. If he goes up to heavyweight and in one fight somehow finds a way to chin Tom Aspinall, which he could do, as you said, he catches somebody, he could be seen as the greatest, or he could be seen as having had the greatest achievements in combat sports history. If he gets 3-weight world champion in the UFC, 2-weight world champion in Glory, that ain't happening again. And again, it's the same. And like I said, imagine that he throws it all away by giving a fight to Ankalaev, who I think doesn't deserve it, and then Ankalaev out wrestles him and just completely sucks the momentum that he's built out of the. Because if Ankalaev could be a very bad stylistic matchup for him. We know that Alex can't wrestle, and that's exactly what Ankalaev's going to do. And that would honestly break my heart to see Ankalaev beating this man, and then I hate it. I think Ankalaev is like, I've used the word wet wipe many, many times. I just think the guy is twat. I don't think he deserves it, and I think he's a twat.
Yeah, he's not entertaining at all.
Not at all. And if I'm Alex, I'd be like, boom, give me Tom Aspinall. I would come out and say it, because this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. His stock could not be higher after what he just did to Hill. Yeah, he could go and get chinned by Aspinall, but nobody would expect him to go in there and win. What if he did? Yeah,
I think it'd be all right. It'd be forgiven. I would be forgiven easily.
And again, quickly. Same situation as Zhang Weili. He gets chinned out by Tom. You've still got your belt. You go back down, you can fight Ankalaev in 6 months or a year, whatever. Make him wait.
Yeah, it's true. Options.
The Tom Aspinall fight. I've never been more clear on this. I think if in those situations, If there's a chance, and again, he's beat everybody else that deserves it. If Ankalaev 100% deserved it, I would say, yeah, you got to fight Ankalaev. He's earned it. The guy gets away with a DQ, beats a guy who's been chinned by everyone. I don't even care. And then it was the behavior with Jan Blachowicz. Didn't like it.
Yeah.
He's too whiny for me. If I was, it's like what you said. I guarantee you if they offered him that fight in a month from now, Alex Periera would take it. I don't think Ankalaev would.
No, probably
I think Ankalaev would be like, nah, I want it in like October, November. I want time to, even though he's been off for a long time himself. He's been off since January, and he beat fucking Johnny Walker. He turned around quick for that one, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. I mean, not really, but I mean, like, that wasn't even a fight. Like, that was a illegal situation.
Yeah, but he didn't even fight him the first time. He just cheated. But he cheated because, like, he's either cheated or he's very, very stupid. He doesn't deserve a title shot. I don't care what anyone says, and you can say it in the comments. You can rag on me all you want. I'm not going to change my mind on this. Ankalaev is a bellend, and he doesn't deserve a title shot. And if I'm Alex, I would tell him to fuck off, or I'd tell him to wait, and I'll go and chase my own shit. Because Alex is on a course to...
I think he's entitled to do that. I think at this point he's entitled to do that.
It's not just because of what he's done; it's the speed as well. Like, I mean, I know I'm contradicting myself because in the last video I said, "Oh, you need a certain amount of defenses," and he's only defended twice. But it's the manner that he's done it in. He's already beaten everyone. He's beaten Jan Blachowicz. He's beaten Rakic doesn't deserve it. He's beaten Hill convincingly. He starched Yuri, who arguably deserves a title fight. Yuri didn't lose in 20 fights. Alex starched him out.
Okay.
He's the 3 guys he's beaten. He can do whatever he wants.
Yeah, he's earned a lot of leeway.
And imagine, he could go up to middleweight if he's allowed to completely bulk out to the max, because he's a huge dude, 6'4". He's similar size to Tom Aspinall. You telling me he doesn't have a shot? Nah, I think it's worth the risk. He's not going to be the GOAT. Yeah. He's not going to be the He could go from being not the greatest in any division to being potentially seen as one of the greatest of all time. By taking, and that's the difference. And you don't get opportunities like that. He's older. I say take it. I say go for it.
Nah, I can't argue with that at all. I cannot argue with that. Not at all. And I agree.
And Tom would take
it. You might as well.
Tom would 100% take it. And so would they're 2 men they're fighting men. They want to fight each other. Makes all the sense in the world to me. I think it's a no-brainer on Alex's side.
Absolutely.
It's an easy decision. And that's what I do.